whenever you become more intense, you will utter whatever you consider the most significant. So, everywhere in the world, people have come up with this word, some word for God, or some other words, Jesus or whatever, Allah or whatever words they have come up with, and that they have associated with the highest thing. As a concept, at least. As a concept, they have associated it to something unknown, something highest. So whenever human beings become very intense in any way, either too much fear, too much anger, too much disgust, too much of whatever, they will say, oh my God. They'll exclaim. They will use those words. Or they will say Jesus or whatever. Whenever liveliness happens more in you, they will associate it to that word. This works both ways. The other way it is. Sexual words are used more and more and more because that is the highest experience people know of. So whenever they become intense, subconsciously it will connect to that experience and they will utter those words. Or even as abusive words. They will be used because that vocabulary is connected to some intense experience that people have undergone. So F words, basically. There is one more word in that category which is also used very often. Suck. Sucking, sucker, or whatever, all those things are used very, very commonly. Because subconsciously, the act of sucking is a very intimate action for human beings. Because that was the first thing we did after being born. The mother's breasts were sucked, and that was comforting and life-giving and everything. That was the most intimate experience we had, right in the beginning. And if you observe, the act of kissing is actually an act of sucking. You're trying to suck. You're trying to suck something of the other person. Even if you kiss a small baby, you're trying to suck. It is an act which indicates that I want to imbibe and include the other person. It's a physical expression of it. So, in infancy, that was our most intimate act. In adulthood, also it is a very intimate act. It is involved in kissing and sex and all that. So, sucking is subconsciously, we know it is an intimate act, and that's why it comes in the language. And with Ujjayi, what you are trying to do is you are trying to suck yourself back into the heart. You have proliferated into an elaborate personality as a tree. From the seed, a tree has proliferated down also, that is the roots. But you are more identified with this side, isn't it? Your more identification is with the face. The face is me and the personality or whatever. You have proliferated into an elaborate personality. And Ujjayi is a physical expression where you are saying, I want to suck it back to the center, source, to the heart again. So when you do inhalation Ujjayi, it will be felt on that roof of the nasal cavity, pituitary gland. So you are basically trying to suck the thought process, the brain structure, back into the heart center. It's an expression of wanting to go back to the source.